I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live!
Welcome to West of Nowhere. I am Levi.
Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Shane.
Ugh, gross. That fucking bullshit out of my face. I got a good Valentine's Day story. After you tell us about our lovely, beautiful Valentine people who give us money.
Yeah.
Every
These are our
month.
Valentines.
Yeah. Happy Valentine's to you.
Adam Pacino, Tony Burgess,
Nice.
Miles Glenn, Sam Norton, Colby Jordan, Jade Birch, Natalie Tacarante, Mark Stadler, and Colton. You know the sound that, like, in cartoons whenever, like, a heart breaks? There you go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Did you guys do anything? Like, go to dinner this weekend or anything?
No,
Or
so we decided to go this coming up weekend just because
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah, because it'd be crazy busy, right?
we didn't even try, but I imagine that it was
Yeah.
disgusting this weekend trying to go out
Yeah.
to have a dinner somewhere nice.
Right. Yeah. Dude that I work with, he was like, yeah, I just didn't even remember that it was Valentine's weekend. And he like came to the city that I live in. He's like, yeah, I was just wanting to go to Best Buy, get some headphones, and then I had a gift card for Texas Roadhouse, so we are gonna go there. And he's like, we drove by Texas Roadhouse, and I was like, no way. That's like, there's no way we're gonna. So we went to the mall, went to the Best Buy, then left, drove by Texas Roadhouse again. They're like, no. So they went to a sushi place, and they said, oh, it's about 30-minute wait. And it was actually closer to an hour wait.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot it's fucking Valentine's Day weekend. So, that's exciting. I've never taken anybody to a Valentine's Day dinner or anything, but I did buy a girl flowers
Yeah.
once. And I did this because she had been, she has a very up and down history of relationships, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw you a bone. I'm gonna be nice to you. I'll have flowers sent to you for Valentine's Day because you've had a rough time. It's a bunch of shitty dudes, whatever. And then never did I once imagine that it was her that could be the problem, but
Yeah.
I said I had, and this is when I was stationed in Nevada, right? So I called the local florist and I had them send flowers to her house, and it was like $100 for the flowers, but I was like, whatever. I had no bills to pay. Fuck it. And I wasn't I wasn't really expecting anything drastic. Like, I wasn't like, oh, we're married now. I was just trying to be a decent
Yeah.
person. And she had vented on Facebook that nobody ever sends her flowers, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, you know what? I'll fucking send you some flowers, all right? So I sent her flowers, and then she sends me a Snapchat of the flowers, and it just says, thanks. And that was it. I was like, well, I wasn't expecting much in return, but that's somehow less than what I was expecting. Not even a full thank you, just thanks. And that was it. I was like, you fucking made a paragraph on Facebook about how nobody ever said, like, nobody's ever given you flowers. And then you got all these, tragic relationships that, up until this point I had imagined were through no fault of
Yeah.
her own. And then after that, I was like, you know what? That's starting to all make sense now.
See, what you didn't realize was that post wasn't for you. That post was her way of dropping a hint for some other guy she was probably talking to.
Oh, 100%. Nobody ever wants me to send them flowers. I know, but
Hey, I want you to send me flowers.
well,
You missed your chance to. It's too late.
It's too
Yeah.
late. Yeah.
Next year.
Well, fuck it. Next year I'll send you some flowers.
I actually have a buddy at work. His wife's birthday is today. Yeah, and so I asked him about that. I was like, dude, how is having Valentine's Day and her birthday in the same thing? And he's like, I thought that I was getting off like with a steal, you know? I would just be able to
because two for
exactly.
one.
He's like, I'll just take her to dinner and buy her flowers. Boom, we're good. You know, it kills both her birthday and the holiday in the same swoop. And he's like, but
Yeah.
no, she
wants
wants gifts for specifically for her birthday, and she wants Valentine's Day stuff.
That's
yeah,
wild.
dude. I was like, that's insane.
Yeah. It's so weird, like, because, well, for me, I don't have any, like, super long-term relationships to go off of, so I just imagine everybody kind of feels the same way about certain things that I do, so I'll be talking to people, and, like, I was talking to this girl. She was a server at this place that my mom and her husband and me would all go on Friday nights, and she either had just gotten married or was almost getting married at this point, and we were talking about, because her ring was gigantic, and she was like talking about, she's like, well, I just, I had to have this cut of diamond, and I wanted it like, and I was like, that sounds like a fucking nightmare to me. Like, I shouldn't have to spend a crazy amount of money to make a cool ring. If I can make a cool ring and it happens to be cheap, like cheaper than a fucking whole ass carat diamond ring, whatever. I don't know what the sizes are, but if I can design or have a really cool ring design that doesn't use diamonds and still looks cool, and I made it for somebody or had it made for somebody, I think that should be good enough. And she's like, no, it's gotta be a diamond. I was like, why? Well, it's tradition. Fuck that tradition, dude. Are you serious? Like, why does it have
that tradition?
so
that
stupid.
tradition was started by diamond companies.
Yeah, like diamonds are not rare. First of all, like people pretend they are, but they're not. I mean, yeah, they're super shiny. Like if you've ever seen an iced out watch or anything in real life, they're super cool. But like, I don't give a fuck. Like that's not what the relationship should be about. And maybe that's why I'm single. But like weird that I don't project all of this meaning onto a fucking ring instead of, the actual relationship itself. But yeah, it's like, you should be like willing to go, oh, you know what? They worked hard. They thought that like they tried to design something cool, like they did, or they, found a really cool, interesting band and mixed a couple of the different gems so it's not just one fucking color. Like white, gold, and diamonds. Okay, so it's just silver. Like it's all just like one color, monotone, and that's not fun for me. The one time I almost got married, that one time I was looking up the black diamonds. They're not actual diamonds, but you know what I mean? Like I was like, those are kind of fucking tight. And that's what I was going to use, but that obviously didn't work. But it's still a cool idea.
So
keep it in the back pocket.
Because you know that once you buy diamonds, they like drastically drop in worth. Like once you buy them, they plummet. Mm-hmm. So people like pawn their shit all the time. So what I had been like tossing around recently was just like going to a bunch of like pawn shops and buying a bunch of fucking diamond rings, right? But at a fraction of the cost, and then finding someone who makes jewelry and then taking all the rings together and just be like, yo, take all the diamonds out of these rings
and put it in
and fucking make me a fucking baller ass ring.
You can for sure do that, because like there's people who have like heritage stones with like, it was my grandma's Holocaust diamond that she made it through, and they'll take the gem out of it. Like if the ring itself is busted, they'll just take the gem and put it into a new band or whatever. And like that's actually not a bad idea. Or you could just rob a jewelry store, because that always seems like a good move, like in movies and stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, seems like fun. And then you get a whole heist crew together, which is like half the fun.
And then you could, cue 80s montage of you just like stopping into random places and picking up random people.
I'm in. Yeah. Absolutely. So not a really whole lot happened this last week. I mean, it's pretty boring, and
Well,
that's about it. All right, see ya. No,
the number one
fucking-
thing that we have to talk about next is the fucking Super Bowl.
Oh, well, okay. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, obviously. I was just trying to downplay
Stop
it
it.
for comedic
Well, you're not
effect.
funny.
All right, well, that's been the show. I'll see you guys later. Yeah. So what was the number? 50?
Yep.
I don't
know.
I know it was LIV, and I was like, that's 3 of the 4 letters of my name. So why didn't I get a free
Dude.
ticket? Just saying.
I wish they'd stop putting it in Roman numerals and just do the number,
Or LVI.
because I 100% can't read Roman numerals past like 20, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, LVI. Fuck. 56. Jesus. What? Like, how is that easier than just writing 5-6?
It's
You
it's
know?
fancier,
Yeah.
duh.
Well, you can make a fancy 5 and a fancy 6. That's
You're a
not hard
fancy
to
5
do.
and a fancy 6.
Yeah, that was a great game
Yeah.
too. Like, it was, I mean, like low scoring kind of. I mean, 23-20, but like there wasn't an insane amount of like crazy stuff going
Yeah.
on. Like, it wasn't just a shootout, it was just a really tight fought like game. And the halftime show was great. I
Yeah.
thought. I don't know. How did you feel about it?
Dude, I liked it a lot. I thought the only thing I thought that they could have done without was Mary J. Blige. I just don't
Yeah.
feel like everyone else. I don't know. She was super pretty. She looked really good to be 51. She's fucking super hot still. But
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like her vibe was on the same as the rest of the people, like doing their music.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall it was super good. The memes about 50 have been ridiculous. Like,
Oh man.
50 is in his 50s. Leave him alone, dude. He's allowed to be comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like, I got fucking shit on by somebody who's like, he's fucking stop body shape. I'm like, I'm not body shaming him. I just think the memes are funny.
Yeah.
Like, and when I was talking to my buddy, like during that thing, I was like, dude, 50's fucking just like, he was jacked before, but now he's just massive. Like, it's not all fat.
Yeah, right.
Like, he's just a big fucking
Yeah,
dude
yeah, yeah.
now. And I'm like, yeah, this guy. Like, and then he was like, well, that's what happens when you get shot 9 times. It's like, the lead seeps in. And then you just get fucking crazy swole.
Dude, what did you think about The Rock's like opening speech?
I didn't really hear much of it because I wasn't paying attention. What did he say?
I don't really remember what he said. I felt like it was. I just felt like it was dumb. Like, I didn't think he really needed. Like,
Pointless.
Yeah, it just seemed to me like he was like, they were like, listen, Dwayne,
We need you to present these teams
yeah.
and be WWE.
Yes,
about it."
exactly.
Yeah. That's kind of the vibe I got. I was like, okay, are they like about to put the cage down? Like, what's happening? Like, would be fun. Just saying, would be pretty cool. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. Happy for my boy Stafford. Finally got his ring. Look at him go. I knew as soon as he left, I was like, he's gonna win a fucking Super Bowl this year. Like, god damn it. Broke my heart. He fucking just leaves, and now he's, I'm gonna win stuff.
Yeah. Dude,
I'm gonna win playoff games. all
man,
of a
it
sudden.
was it did not look good for it did not look good for them for a little bit, dude. Like, he threw
What do you mean? They were doing great at the
I know,
beginning,
but
like the first half, and then they
threw that pick in the he threw that pick in the end zone, and then
Yeah.
he threw that the second pick wasn't his fault, man. That second
Yeah.
pick, the ball hit dude's hands and fucking popped up.
Yeah.
But it felt like they came out hard in the first half to like really
Yeah.
show like they were there, and then the second half,
And then they coasted.
the Bengals
Yeah.
came back slowly. But I mean, the Rams' defense that defense was the
Dude.
fucking MVP, dude.
Fucking Aaron Donald just tore shit
Yeah.
up. Who did get named MVP?
I didn't see the MVP. Did you see the weird facts at the beginning of the game? Like what's his name? Joe Burrow is the only quarterback to lead the league in time sacked and make it to the Super Bowl.
That's
He had been
weird.
sacked 51 times before the Super Bowl.
That's hilarious. It's fucked up, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, like I'm glad that Stafford won, but I think it would have been at the same time. I think it would have been cool for Joe Burrow because he would have been the third quarterback to ever win a national college title and the Super Bowl. Like no, there's only two other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's Joe Montana. It's Joe's. There's two other Joe dudes.
Joe Namath, and I think it's either Joe Montana or God, who's the other guy? Can't think of his name. But yeah. Yeah, fucking so Cooper Kupp got named MVP, which makes sense. But I would have picked, hands down, would have picked Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Like how many times they fucked up Joe Burrow, like just like I can't remember how many times he ended up getting sacked, but it was a fucking lot. And you know, that I think that kept him in the game for sure. Like, but Cooper Kupp obviously.
How'd you feel about that no call, that OPI no call, like for the Bengals to score that?
Oh, the face
dude.
mask. Yeah, that was egregious. And I saw a bunch of people go, "Oh well, fuck, the refs didn't see it right away." I was like, "So, like, they fucking could look up and go, oh yeah, like they just a late call."
Yeah.
But yeah, like whatever. And then it was really funny to see everybody who was rooting for the Bengals today because all of them were like, "Oh, well, it's fucking rigged, obviously, because they threw 2 penalties in the last 2 minutes, and they didn't throw any penalties all game." I'm like, dude, what? Like, it's the final 2 minutes. And the Bengals had the lead. You're telling me that those defenders aren't going to be holding on to people to try and make plays?
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me that they just made that up, and then they fucking showed it. Dude's pulling on the guy's jersey trying to keep him from catching a ball. Like, that's a flag. I don't know what to tell you. That's how that works. Like, they might have let him play it out in the first half, but then, you know, the second half, they decided to start calling him. That's how they decided to call it. Like, I don't... Well, they fuck it. They're just trying to fuck the Bengals over. Well, if they want to fuck the Bengals over, they probably should have called that fucking face mask early on, huh? Well, your whole argument's just starting to wither away. That's weird. That works.
That touchdown put them in the lead.
Yeah.
I think to be fair, I think they were already kind of in the lead. I think yeah, they were. It was 13 to. Oh no. That would have that put them in the lead. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That muffed, or not muffed, but that fucked up. PAT.
Dude, when they showed the replay, everyone, because like before they showed the replay, everyone is like, "Yo, what happened? Did they just go for 2?"
Yeah, were they trying to fake it or what?
And he just spun the ball wrong.
Yeah, he just fucked up. Like the one thing that guy does all the time, and it's just like, no. Hey, nerves get the best of you, though. Yeah. Did you have a bunch of people complain about the halftime show?
I only seen one person say that it was like the worst show they'd ever seen.
Yeah. They probably say that shit every year too, huh?
Well, so I didn't know that. I don't know this person. I'm a part of this Facebook group, and like he posted in that, and I just seen it when I was like scrolling through. But nobody else.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a single other person say that it was bad. And
yeah.
I think I guess the only thing negative I heard was someone was like, "Why was Kendrick Lamar in the halftime show?" And
he's from LA.
Well, I think somebody had said it was because he had also been signed by Dre.
Oh,
and I guess
I don't know
Eminem was signed by Dre, obviously, and like, yeah. So I don't know if that's like, I don't know if that had something to do with it. Like, I don't. But I thought, okay,
yeah, I
thought
know.
They were cool. I did think that Kendrick Lamar's part in it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it was a little out of place, or like not out of place, but it just didn't seem to go with the flow.
The rest of like everyone else's stuff did, like went along with like the
yeah. I don't know. I didn't see anybody after the fact, but I saw quite a few people beforehand. They were like, "Oh, okay, yep. Guess I'm skipping it this time." And there's this one girl was like, I think I'm the only person not excited about the halftime show. And then a bunch of people commented that they were also not excited. So clearly she wasn't the only one. But um, I was like, I don't understand like the point of broadcasting that. Like, what's like? Why do you need to tell people that you're not excited
Because
about it? Like, what?
have you forgotten what day and age we live in, where everyone's feelings
Oh,
are important, everyone's
yeah,
thoughts matter, okay? Which is not
yeah,
true, but
yeah. Obviously, our thoughts matter a little bit more because we have a
mm-hmm.
podcast. So, but she was one of the ones that was talking about the When We Were Young festival, and she was like actively commenting on like all of the things I was sharing about it, like because so that's her type of
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
And she said in her post about the halftime show that this wasn't her type of music, which is fine. I was like, I'm even if I wasn't into the music, I'm still gonna watch it with an open mind and see if I'm gonna enjoy it. Like, I don't have a closed-minded outlook musically, and shouldn't have fucking said that because she took that to heart. Like, she thought I was calling her a closed-minded person. And I said closed-minded musically, but you say two words back to back, it really gets people
Mm-hmm.
going.
I think people get caught up too much in like who is performing and like the like performance.
Yeah,
Because even if you didn't like the music, which they played a lot of like they did a lot of like their most popular songs.
yeah, fan service
Yeah.
shit. Like,
On top
yeah,
of the fact that like that stage was wild looking, there was like
yeah,
there had to have been like what 150 dancers. Like it was
yeah,
insane.
something. And I don't know if you noticed, but like on the field, like the lights that were all over was a map of
Yeah.
LA, which I thought was pretty cool. I was like, that's fucking tight.
Like a lot of planning went
But
into that performance, and like just to get
yeah,
upset about the music seems trivial.
yeah, yeah. And then fast forward to after it, and surprise, surprise, guess who enjoyed it? I don't want to say I told you so, but maybe if you just open your heart a little bit, let a little Dre in there, things would be a little bit better
Yeah.
for you. Yeah. um. So I was telling you I had a story about a dog,
Okay.
right? I'm gonna. This might upset some people, but
Okay.
whatever. So in the town I work in, I come into work the day after this happened. People are like, "Oh my god, did you hear about that police chase last night?" I said, "No, I didn't, because I don't fucking live here. Like, I don't know." They're like, "Oh yeah, I guess this guy crashed into a train." I'm like, fucking what?
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, um, the local sheriff's office got a call about a deranged dude, potentially or suicidal, right? And like I guess he was wanting like a suicide by cop kind of deal. And when they approached him, they kind of like he like approached the vehicle and they maintained a barrier keeping the vehicle between the
Yeah.
two, between them and him, just so they could talk without confrontation. And uh they locked the door, or they forgot to unlock the door, and homeboy just stole the police cruiser. Yeah, with the K9 inside in the
Oh
back.
no.
Yeah, and crashed into another car and a train, killing both of them and the dog.
Dang.
Right? So that sucks. And the guy that was hit, he's a teacher in a small town, like a basketball coach, like really seemed like a really nice
Yeah.
guy. Um, but all I have seen about this thing and all I had been told about this thing was about the dog. I'm like, okay, like I get it. This is a big deal, but like also, it's a whole ass person. Like, and nobody gives a fuck about like there's a GoFundMe for the dog. It's got like $18,000 in it right
Yeah.
now. And there's like no GoFundMe posted for even like other people doing it for this guy's family. like, obviously the family itself, it's a little weird for them to do it, but there's nobody going, somebody should donate, right? So I was like, that's pretty messed up. But I shared a thing the other day. I finally found something where people could donate to him directly. Like, they had a Venmo set up for his, I think it's his wife or fiance. But yeah, I just thought it was weird that everybody was like, oh, a fucking dog. Oh no. And just,
I think it's one of those double things. So like people have like a soft spot for dogs, you know, and then it's a police dog, so or like a double thing, like.
double.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, like I think if it was just,
Yeah, no,
I think if
I
it
get
was
it.
just a dog, they'd be like, oh, the dog died, that's sad. But it was a dog, but they're considered police officers, so that's another like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
He's part of the
a dog
Thin Blue
owner, I
Line,
would
all right?
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, especially given the area.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah. I I have another page open and like it has a bunch of news articles and one of them on this thing, I didn't even notice it before, but there's one about a Virginia officer who pleads guilty to fatally shooting fiance's dog. What's up with all this dog crime right now?
I think that happens.
I didn't even.
I think it happens quite often though. Like, I feel like there's a lot of stories of like cops shooting dogs.
Yeah, but it's his fiance's dog.
Maybe his fiance's dog was an asshole.
Probably. I believe it.
Maybe while he was recording something, the dog chewed up something.
Yeah. Oh.
You know.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "Well, you gotta go." And in that
Yeah.
moment, he was like, "It's him or me."
Him. I choose him, and he's like, bah!
Now,
Too bad.
now you only have one choice.
That'd be so fucked up. Can you imagine? Oh my god!
Happy Valentine's Day. Your dog's dead.
It's him or me. I choose him. Bah! Well, too fucking bad. Now you don't get both of us. Oh god. It's like an evil villain type move right there. Yeah, like some John Wick type shit. Not John Wick himself, but the bad guys in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Did you hear about Kodak Black?
No, what happened to him?
Fucking somebody shot him. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know what day it was. I think Saturday. Yeah, Kodak Black and 3 other people were shot early Saturday night outside a restaurant in LA. And there's like video of it. Like, I think it's security footage because I saw him like basically like evading. He was like dodging shots like at point blank and shit. So he still got shot, but he could have been a lot worse, I think. But yeah. 2 were taken by ambulance to the hospital. The other 2 were self-transported. So I'm assuming the 2 that just drove themselves were probably in less grave condition.
Yeah.
Like maybe they just got clipped in the arm or something. But there's like a bunch of people like ahead of the Super Bowl that were like, I think iced tea or water tea. If you're cultured. He warned young rappers that wanted to go to LA for the Super Bowl. He's like still a large gang presence, so be careful, kind of thing. I don't know if this is related to that or not, but that was kind of wild.
Damn.
He's fine. Well, he's not fine. He got shot, but he's alive.
Yeah, right. He made it.
Yeah.
It adds to his street cred now. He can now he can rap. Now he can rap about being shot.
Yeah, him and 50 can put up a billboard about all their bullet holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can write a song called Bulletproof.
Yeah. I like it. Well, not proof, but like resilient, like
Bullet Sponge. They can do a song called Bullet Sponge.
Oh, who's that? That's a bullet sponge.
That's a little bullet sponge. Speaking of wild things, man. So Friday night. Well, so technically Saturday morning, whatever. At midnight, Friday night, midnight. I get a phone call from a random number.
Okay. Good start.
And he goes, "Is this Shane?" And I was like, "Who is this?" He's like,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Is your last name this?" And I was like, "Who is this?" He's like,
Who are you?
He's like, "This is your ex-wife's new husband, my first ex-wife." Yeah. And he says his name, and I was like, "What do you want?" I could tell he was drunk. Like, you could tell he was like shit housed.
It's just hammered.
Yeah. He was like, "You don't ever say anything about my wife, my daughter, or I'll solve it with lead."
He's gonna paint your
Right?
house.
He said something about I can suck his dick. I don't. He was just talking.
He could suck your dick.
He said I could suck his dick. Yeah.
Hey, so
yeah.
I'll suck your
Right?
dick, dude.
Dude.
What? Talk about my wife. I'll suck your dick. What?
So I hang up. He calls me from another. I hang up and I block that number. He calls from another number.
God damn! How many phones
Right.
this dude got?
So I didn't. I should have just blocked it, but I answered it. I was like, "Hello." He's like, "Oh, you're a fucking bitch for hanging up." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Hang up. Block."
Yeah, you're right. See ya. I didn't say bye first. Bye.
He calls me a third time from her number.
Oh, okay.
And so I immediately just, I don't even answer it. I block it. I like decline the call and block it.
Yeah.
He leaves me a voicemail. I have voice proof of him threatening to kill me.
Hell yeah.
Then he sent me a picture from another number of him holding a gun.
Yeah.
I was like, you do realize that I could go to the cops about this. You're a moron.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Also, when have you ever talked? Like, I haven't heard you say anything about this.
Well, here we go. This is what happened.
Okay.
Back in October of last year, we were out at that.
Okay.
Remember, I was out at Little Big Jam.
Oh yeah.
So I was out there, and I have a mutual friend that's a friend of mine and a friend of his, but me and him have never been friends.
Got it.
So me and him are hanging out around the fire, and he goes, "Dude, did you know that Bonnie wishes you death?" And I was like,
Jesus.
"She wishes I would die?" He's like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, she's fucking said that she wishes you would die. He's like, "What do you think about that?" And I was like, "I wish her and her daughter nothing but the best."
You piece of shit.
So apparently, only recently, even though that's been like fucking
Almost a year ago.
6-7 months ago now. Apparently, recently he was over there hanging out with him, and he had told him that he told me that whatever, and he told him what I said, and then he just got drunk and fucking lost his mind about it.
Yeah.
Because the next morning I wake up to a phone call from the guy who told me about it at Little Big Jam, and he's like, "Dude, I'm so sorry." Yeah. He's like, "I didn't think he would think you were evil or an asshole for saying nice things about her and her daughter, but apparently I was wrong."
Yeah, clearly.
He's like, "I'm not sure how he got your number. I think he must have got it from Bonnie." And I was like, "Yo, I don't even care, dude."
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. A bunch of people have told me to like take the picture and the voicemail and go to the cops, but like I don't even.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of extra shit you gotta do.
It feels like extra work, and then it will create an issue.
More problems.
Right? Yeah, like if I just ignore it now, then it just goes away. But if I involve the cops, then
he's gonna be even more mad.
And then I'll receive another random phone call.
Then he's gonna suck your dick way more.
Oh man. So yeah, that happened to me this weekend.
Man, that's exciting. I haven't been threatened by somebody's boyfriend in a long time. Like, those are the good days.
Dude, I can honestly say I've never been threatened by someone's boyfriend or husband ever.
Yeah, really?
Like, I tend to avoid females that have significant others so they don't freak out on me for no reason.
Makes sense. This one time, a friend of mine, her dog died. And I was like, well, that's sad as shit. And she asked me to make a painting of this dog. I was like, okay, yeah, fucking whatever. So I painted it. It's a really good painting. I enjoyed it a lot. And then I had I had seen her at the bar in my hometown, and she had lived in another
Yeah.
place for a while. So I was like, oh shit, you just here like visiting, whatever. And she was like, no, I moved here. And she, to my knowledge, she had a baby and then her baby daddy, right? And so I was like, oh shit, did they all come with you? And she's like, just the kid. I was like, oh, okay, well, sorry about it, whatever. And then that was it. And then fast forward to finish the painting, and I messaged her. I was like, hey, I have your fucking painting whenever you want it. Like, you want to go grab lunch, and I'll just give it to you then or something. And then same kind of thing. Like, I wake up to a bunch of messages on Facebook. And I'm like, what is that? Like, usually I'd never have any messages,
Right.
so a lot was shocking. And there's just like a bunch of like random messages from this dude. And then I put together the last name. I was like, oh, okay, fuck, that's... And he's like, hey, man, I appreciate the drawing that you're doing, but you need to stop hitting on my girl. I'm like... So it's like I wasn't hitting on her. Like I said, let's grab lunch and I'll give you the painting. I wasn't like, let me fucking knock boots with you at lunch. And I'll jerk off on the paint. Like it was very nondescript. Like what the fuck, dude? And he's just like, well, you shouldn't be just asking some people's girlfriends out to lunch and shit. I'm like, it's fucking lunch, dude. Like, is this 1943? Like, are we, like, Shay's not allowed to see other men, see?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What's happening?
That's what
like,
dude,
that's...
a lot of people.
I've known her since fucking middle school. Like, I don't
a
get
lot of people are insecure like that. Like,
Yeah.
if you're going out to lunch, obviously you guys are fucking,
Yeah. Naturally.
And nobody's gonna fuck my sister but me. Okay, so
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, well, I was literally just trying to get rid of this fucking drawing. So like, do you
want to come get it?
Do you want to go lunch or what? Either like that, but I thought it was hilarious,
dude. I would have chuckled.
Still fucking have it. So if anybody wants a painting of a German Shepherd in like a Latin poncho type deal, let me know. I fucking still have it. So
Damn.
Yeah.
You should name the painting that girl's name, and then sell it on Facebook Marketplace and say, with that being the name of the name of the portrait or whatever, just to maybe piss him off again.
Yeah. Man, I haven't even I haven't talked to her since then because I was like, this is obviously a weird situation and I don't want to be involved in this at all. Like, I can't even paint a fucking picture of somebody's dead dog for them without me wanting to stick my dick in their mouth. Like, is that what we've come to? I mean, most of the time that's accurate, but still. No, I'm just kidding.
God damn.
Hey,
what's up?
You remember that nuclear engineer guy in the submarine guy?
Yeah, who's arrested for espionage, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he pled guilty. Naturally. But
didn't he only received $175,000?
Something like that.
It was not a lot of money.
No. But his plea includes a possible sentence of 12.5 to 17.5 years in prison.
Dude.
But he was facing up to life in prison for it. So, interesting. He was trying to reveal more for up to $5 million in crypto, but he didn't get that, obviously. But, yeah. But I just thought that was a good update for the thing. Anyway,
yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Yep.
All right, well, then you know what time it is. Tool time.
Cool time.
It's tool time.
Tim the Toolman Taylor?
Yeah, I really gotta set this link somewhere else. So
yeah, get your shit together.
I had it. I was ready, and then I wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. The Billboard Top 200, Billboard 200 Top 10. Dude, I'm tired of seeing this album. Someone listen to something else. Number 1, Encanto, the soundtrack. Number 2, Up from 4, Dawn FM by The Weeknd. Number 3, DS Forever, Gunna. Up from 5 to 4, Dangerous Double album, Morgan Wallen.
Oh boy,
We're climbing.
he's hanging in there. Tight.
Down from 2 to 5, Colors by Youngboy NBA. At 6, 30, Adele. 7, Certified Lover Boy, Drake. 8, Highlights by The Weeknd. Up from 10 to 9, Planet Her, Doja Cat. And then up from 12 to 10, Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. Stop listening to this
I was like,
album.
well, what is causing you so much grief? And then I realized what was happening. That's hilarious.
I've had it. She can't be that good. Stop listening to it. Like, how are so many people in love with an album by a weepy teenager
that you hate?
I'm just saying, like, play any of her music. It's all super Taylor Swifty, but not Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? Like, he left me and doesn't love me, and he lied to me.
Listen, it speaks to certain groups of people, okay?
No, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get it out of here.
Get rid of it. Oh, no. Well, maybe one day. If you would just stop being so close-minded musically, you wouldn't have this problem.
All right. If you want to support this show, then you should head over to our Linktree. It's Linktree/wokpod, WOKPOD.
Yeah.
If you don't want to give us money at our Patreon, which is fine, then
Yeah, it makes sense, actually.
right,
But...
yeah. You can go to YouTube and subscribe, like and comment stuff from there. That helps us get more exposure. You can show a friend the show. Make them listen. Find the episode you think is the funniest and show them that episode. Reviews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you leave a review on Apple Podcasts, we'll make Levi read it to you. Spotify only does stars, but they still help people find our show.
Yep.
And it takes like 1 second. Steal someone's phone and our show.
Share it. Share it with reply all to a work email and put our link in that bitch. At least we'll get some confused listens, but we'll still get listens, and that's what we're doing, you know. We'd like to thank our friends, No New Friends, Remedy Room, Dutch in Denver, and Kicking It with the Kellys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's it, right? I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.